Hello again, it's Mr. C bringing you Saxon Math lesson number 98. Now, just like our last few lessons, we're going to be looking at angles. This time we're going to look at the sum of the angle measures of triangles and quadrilaterals. So we'll be looking at both the interior and exterior angles of a polygon, those two specific kinds of polygons, triangles and quadrilaterals. And if we know some of the angles, we'll solve to figure out what the unknown angles are. So if we extend the side of a polygon, so if we're going here, we're showing extending a side, right? We form an exterior angle. So this angle from here over to this other side is the exterior angle, number one. The interior angle is whatever is inside the polygon. So number two is an interior angle. Notice that these angles are supplementary. That means when you add them together, they're going to equal 180 degrees. Now, you'll notice what we're adding here is not this entire thing. What we're adding is if we extend the side, that number one plus number two, that equals 180. If we added this, that's another 180, so it would equal 360 degrees. And that makes sense because if we go all the way around, that's 360 degrees. So in lesson 90, we looked at making full turns, right? So if I turn all the way around, that's called a 360. If Elizabeth makes 3 turns to get around a park, she's turned a total of 360. Now, if she turns 4 times to go around a park, she's still turning 360. If she turns 8 times to get around a park, it's still 360. It doesn't matter how many small turns you make or big turns you make, going in one full circle or one full rotation is 360 degrees. So here we look at the sum of the measurements of turning angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3, all of these exterior angles, it's going to equal 360. Likewise, on a 4-sided polygon or a quadrilateral, you add those up, it's still going to equal up to 360. Okay? So 360 divided by 3, if she just took 3 turns, that's 120 degrees, and 360 divided by 4 is 90 degrees per turn. Now, this is important. The turns correspond to exterior angles of the polygons, and exterior angles and interior angles are supplementary, just like we went over at the beginning. Since the exterior angles of triangle equal 120 degrees, so if we extend this out and look at this angle right here, that's going to be about 120 degrees. For an equilateral triangle, it will be 120 degrees. So the interior angles must be 60 degrees because 120 plus 60 equals 180, and supplementary angles equal 180. So here with a triangle with 3 interior angles, the sum of those interior angles is going to equal 180. So 60 plus 60 plus 60 equals 180. So inside is going to equal 180. Outside, to turn around the whole thing, is going to be 360. Now on a 4-sided quadrilateral or 4-sided polygon, it's going to average 90 degrees. Now that doesn't mean this necessarily will be 90 and that's 90. A right angle is 90 degrees, but the average is 90 because the interior angles are going to add up to 360. So when you have a 4-sided, you're going to add up to 360 inside, not the 180 that you got from a triangle. Okay, so the sum of the interior angles is 360 degrees. So now we know enough that we can solve for angles that we don't know the measurement for. In this case, we're going to look at angle A in this triangle ABC. Now remember, the interior angles of a triangle are going to equal 180 degrees. If we have 70 and 60 already, all we have to do is add those together. 70 plus 60 equals 130. Then subtract that from 180, so 180 minus 130 equals 50 degrees. So we take measurement of angle A plus 60 plus 70 equals 80. We'll add the 60 and 70 together to get 130, and then we know that when we subtract 130 from this side of the equation, we get angle A. We subtract it from this side, 180 minus 130 equals 50. Cool. Now our last example here, we'll try this with a quadrilateral. If we don't know what angle T is here, but we know all the other interior angles, we can just add those up just like we did with a triangle, but now we're going to subtract it from 360, not from 180. So if we take our 80 plus 80 plus 110, and then what we're have here is angle T, so the measurement of angle T plus these equals 360 because it's an interior angle. So 80 plus 80 is 160, plus 100 is 260, plus 10 is 270. We could have also just totaled them down. So 270 plus angle T equals 360. So all we have to do is get rid of this from this side of the equation by subtracting it. Subtract 270. We have to do that on both sides. Subtract 270 here. 360 minus 270 equals 90 degrees. So that's going to be our measurement for T, unless I messed it up, which sometimes I do. Nope. Measurement T is 90 degrees. And that's it. So in this lesson, we're simply going to solve for unknown interior angles. Okay? Good luck.